Hello people and welcome to another Planetside 2 video. This one is also going to be about the lightning tank, and I am using the L100 Python Heat. As I'm sure you also can tell, I have the infrared night vision scope on this gun. I have also upgraded this lightning tank with the side armor, and I have the second level, I think it's called Rival Combat Chassis. And oh my god, laggy. As you can see, it gets crazy laggy from time to time when I record, and things like that will happen. Now, I'm not gonna make this into some kind of tutorial for lightning tanks or anything, but I have a quite useful tip for some of you guys that has to do with calculating for drops and how you can learn how to handle that better. Also, for some of you guys who don't know it, you can capture points like this while being inside of a vehicle. For people that are not that experienced as tank drivers or as tankers at all, some of you guys might find it a little bit hard to calculate for the amount of drops that you will have from the main gun. Obviously the drop is going to be different depending on what tank you're driving or what empire you play for. But this method that I'm going to show you, I think it will be helpful regardless of your choice of tank or whatever gun you have equipped it with. So here you can see I'm trying to take out this anti-air turret. I need to readjust my aim a little bit. So it takes a couple of shots before I can take this one out. And the thing is that obviously you can see I have to aim above the target in order to hit it. And as you can see, we have our squad waypoint set up on this base where the targets are located. Now before I keep talking about this, I just want you to see this stupid thing that happened. Just look at this. Oh shit! I hit the... Oh crap. Yeah, I am actually trying to help our team out, our air out, but yeah, it backfired quite a bit. So yeah, Azerol, if you're watching this, I'm sure you understand that was not on purpose, but anyway, my apologies. So anyway, back to this whole calculating the drop thing that I was talking about. First of all, I'd like to say that if you have some experience with tanks, if you're spawning tanks basically every day that you're playing this game, this is probably not that hard to do. You aim a little bit above the target if you're shooting from range like more than 150-200 meters. But if you want to get more accurate with your aiming and you want to be more secure in landing more shots, knowing the exact range from your target will actually help you calculate this a little bit easier. And that's why I suggest you to use waypoints like I'm doing here. In this case, it's the squad waypoint. So as I get a little bit closer here, you can see I'm about 200 meters away from the turret, from the tower here. And the first one was a miss. I had my aim a few pixels too low. But I readjust and I try to get the engineers up here, making sure that this turret doesn't go up. Now obviously if I was using the HE round instead of the heat, this would be a lot easier. Too easy, if you ask me. Personally, I think HE should be removed from the game, because with those rounds you can get so many kills so easy just by hitting a wall next to a group of enemies. And it's, I consider it completely skillless, and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings by saying that. So now when it comes to these waypoints, you can always set up your own personal waypoint, and you should do that if the platoon waypoint or squad waypoint doesn't help you. And I would suggest that you just find a target somewhere, preferably inside the warp gate next to an ammo tower so you don't waste all your ammo. And then you just check out how much drop the gun has at different ranges. Here I am checking it at 200 meters, and at that range you will hit as far below the crosshair as the combined length of the upper and lower ticks of your crosshair. So try this out and see if it works for you. Try it at different ranges, try it at up to like 300-400 meters maybe. Try it at closer ranges and see how close you have to be in order to not have to worry about drops at all.
So, wait, I have something to tell you. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh yeah, by the way, this crazy dude in a black mask tried to join our outfit. I don't know how that went. So at 150 meters you still have to calculate a little bit for the drops. the shot lands right below the lower tick, and you need to be closer than 100 meters to be sure that you don't have to worry about drop at all. I think this is the same for all empires. I believe that the lightning and the Python Heat is non-empire specific. Now, a lot of people prefer to always keep the front towards your enemy, but I prefer to move back and forward like this, and I have the side armor upgrades, and yeah, I prefer to drive this way because I want to be able to use the speed and maneuverability that the lightning has, and if I just stand still and keep my front towards the enemies, I'm not going to be able to dodge the rockets, and well, I'm not able to dodge all the rockets here anyway, but enough to stay alive. And if I would have put my front towards the enemies there, I'm sure I would have taken 4 or 5 rockets at the same time. So I'm trying to make this work for now. Oh, and would you look at that, mine kills. Honestly, I don't even remember where I put those mines, but yeah, I was lucky to get them in a good position. And here you can see the enemy lightning is making a big mistake. I hit him once in the side, and now he tries to get away, but that means he puts his back towards me, and that makes him far more vulnerable, as you can see. Now check out that infiltrator walking into the left into the cave there, or whatever it is. And there you can see him. He activates the cloak, but obviously I already knew where he was, so I killed him. Now his name was Captain Corrosion, and obviously he overestimates the cloak a bit, because he starts calling me a cheater after this. You will be able to see it up in the left corner in the chat. And make sure that you're watching this in 1080p in order to be able to read this.
Look! There's so many people running around and they just specifically go for me.
No, it's in private, I don't know, a whisper.
Link him your video, or I mean, link him your channel. It helps in, like in Battlefield there used to be lots of people call me cheater in Battlefield.
Yeah.
I linked him.
Yeah, but
I linked him my
cheating in Battlefield.
In Battlefield I got called a cheater like 20 times an evening. In this game it's like once a week or twice a week, you know.
It's because there's so many more dodgy people compared to you, that's why.
Because you aren't playing TR or VS.
No, but it's because you don't kill the same people over and over again in this game, and nobody can see your score in this game correctly.
Did anyone play in beta on Battlefield 3?
Do you remember? You was with Scotty to high at some point, weren't it? I'm pretty sure, The Rock. Or was that... Hang on, it was Rikishi, Scotty to high, and who else was it? Might have been The Rock. Grandmaster 6A, do you remember him? This is going back a few fucking years.
Did you say Rikishi?
Yeah, Rikishi. He did a stink face or whatever it was.
So here's another useful thing you can do while you're reloading the gun, or while the reloading animation is taking place in your tank. You can actually jump out and repair a little bit. And once you're back in the tank, you're ready to fire the next shot.
Does anybody want to skydive with no ammo?
My lightning.
Click. Click. Moz, you'd be dead by now if I had ammo.
Yes! That's right. Even though he took down my full shield and my other shield and
There's a shitload of
most of my health,
from the east.
I managed to take down a light assault. He managed to he'd run away at the last second, but I got the last shot.
Now, even if the L100 Python Heat that I'm using has a little bit of splash damage, it's not something that you can rely on in order to take out infantry that you don't really hit. You do get, occasionally you do get 1 or 2 kills if they are already hurt from before, but normally you have to actually hit them in order to kill them. And that's the way I think a game should be. So yeah, I'll say it again, please, Sony Online Entertainment, remove HE rounds from tanks. It's just stupid how they were put in the game in the first place.
And add my shield up.
Wait, if you have the gate shield for the Sunderer, does it reduce damage or only make you able to go through gates?
The what?
The gate shield for the sun.
You can go through any force field.
Yeah,
Is that a
but does
shield disperser or is it
Diffuser.
Yeah, that one.
does it reduce damage as well?
No, you gotta use some other thing for that. I like how the ammo.
I also want to say that I do use the infrared night vision scope quite a lot, and mainly why I use it is to spot for mines, because obviously I don't have the mine guard, and yeah, I think I will die to one mine, but a double mine will definitely take me out, so yeah. Mines are extremely dangerous to tanks, and you need to be careful. They are very hard to spot, but the infrared night vision scope does help you.
Straight on the other hoop. Send me back.
And now look at this light assault jumping from the landing pad there. I'm not really sure what his goal was with that jump, but luckily he is just a nanite clone and he can respawn in a few seconds. Also remember, if you play engineer, like you probably will do as a tanker, your teammates will rely on you to drop ammo for them, and it's important that you do that, as the game is about teamwork. And even if we are having a very relaxed little gameplay here, this is not part of an ops or anything, we're just having a little bit of a night squad going, I think. But the teamworking should be the natural way of playing this game. If there's any way you can help out your team by, you know, that's unique to your class or whatever, it just makes this game much better and much more fun. Here's the thing that you need to be extremely careful with when you approach a base like this, is that you are very susceptible to explosives, C4 and mines and all that, and it's very easy for your opponents to get to you when you're, you know, inside a facility like this, like you're gonna see here. I see this light assault flying above me, and I completely just panic because I know how easy it is to just for him to just drop C4 on me. Unfortunately, as I shoot on him like this, I cannot keep up with his speed, and I don't know what happens here. This is probably the most stupid looking frag I have ever done, but obviously he had a problem hitting me as well, so it could be the hitboxes or the netcode that was a little bit funky at the moment.
Did you have a fun time, man? Be calmer.
I didn't know.
Why
Oh,
not?
Just got killed, so.
Fight up. Behind you.
Where? Where am I?
Behind you. Fucking in the portal.
Just saw an enemy medic.
He did.
So anyway, that's gonna cover the lightning tank of this little gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm coming out with more content in the future. Mainly it's ESF flying and infantry, but you know, occasionally I do some tank driving as well, or tank gunning. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I will be coming out with a lot more videos in the future. Planetside 2 is still a new game, and we're all still learning it, so yeah, bye for now.
We trying to kill you.
Counted as harassing.
It's trying to kill you.
Wow, my
can't-
server is so low populated that there's not even red anywhere on the map anymore.
I've gone up though, because I know he's still trying to kill me.
Just knifed him. You do that now.
Allah, no.
You dead?
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh, no.
Go probably spawn more things. I told him he should not have done it.
Yeah, he's here.
He was.
God, so this
I'm
is
getting out of
probably
it.
enough.
I'm getting out of it before we
Yeah, let's go.
All the servers at the moment on Planetside 2 are low. The new servers are low as well.
They need to fix the freaking optimization, probably the most out of anything. A lot of people get pissed off from the frame rate alone, let alone the metagame.